What's up, everybody? Garrett here, and I have an awesome unboxing to do for you guys. I've been waiting for this thing for quite a while, and honestly, this is something that I've wanted in my collection for years. Many years. There was some customs done. They were really expensive if you would have found them. And I found a site that did something a little bit different for this item that I've wanted in my collection for a long time. All right, so I just got this box in. I want to do a live unboxing with you guys and see what's in here for the first time. I know what I'm supposed to be getting, but I have no idea exactly how it's made or what comes with it or how it works. So I want to check this thing out for the first time with you guys and give you my review on this one-of-a-kind item. All right, I'm going to get this open. All right, so the box is open. Now, before I jump into this, like I said, this is something that I've wanted in my collection for many years. And it's not easily attainable. I know a few people who have something like this in their collection, but to get one is really pricey because they're not widely made. If they're made, they're more of like customs, but it's something really cool that I wanted to have on display. So this company I follow on Instagram called Little Shop of Gore, they came out with limited edition custom made of this. And not only was it the item that I've always wanted, but they did it in a kind of unique way that I could not say no. Now, this thing was not cheap, but again, it's one of a kind, and I think there was only 50 made. I knew I had to jump on this thing because, again, to get this thing in my collection that I've always wanted and done in this unique, very 80s/90s way that really fits exactly what I'm into, I knew I had to jump on this. So I don't know if anybody else has done an unboxing of this yet. I have not seen it. I've never seen this thing in person, so I'm dying to check it out. So let's do this now. I hope you guys are excited because I am. So as I open this box, you get Little Shop of Gore sticker. That's the name of the company. This sticker says Gore. This is another Little Shop of Gore. So guys, if you're not following these dudes on Instagram, please do. They have some awesome stuff from like t-shirts to custom made merch, custom made props. Really cool, fun stuff over there. I'm pretty sure I have something else from them. I can't think of exactly what it is, but I know I have ordered from that site a couple times. This is the biggest item I've ordered from that site. I'm gonna open this up. We've got bubble wrap here. It's all bubbled up. And let me get first look at this. All right, so growing up in the 80s and 90s, I think it must have been late 80s, early 90s. I lived in a neighborhood full of kids, so obviously we all had cool stuff growing up, a lot of boy stuff. There was one girl that really hung out with us. Her name was Ashley, and you know, things that the girls really liked that the boys kind of were like interested in a sense because it just was very interesting, like Mall Madness, right? So I remember that being around. And another thing that was out for girls back in the day that guys were kind of like, oh, I don't want to touch this, was Dream Phone. But now
it's Dream Phone, the electronic game with the talking phone. To win, call guys, get clues,
looking back on it, there's so much nostalgia with Dream Phone. It was like a phone that you would call and it basically, you would talk to boys or something like that, I guess. But it was something I remember the commercials for all the time. It had a really cool aesthetic to it. So this is kind of a play off that. And if you can tell by the box here, it says Dream Phone, and it's got that really 80s and 90s aesthetic to it. And this isn't your ordinary phone. This is Freddy's Dream Phone. Now, look at this box here. I mean, does this thing not look like it came straight out of the early 90s? I mean, look at this. Now, obviously, you know the item inside. I'm not sure how it's made, what it's supposed to do. But this is an item that I've wanted in my collection for so long, is that phone from Nightmare on Elm Street with the tongue on it. I've seen customs out there, very expensive pieces. They're not readily available. Nobody produces them. Nobody mass produces them. No like Trick or Treat Studios. So when I saw this company was doing it and I saw the images for what this thing was going to look like, I knew I liked it and I knew I wanted it to add to my collection. Now, to have it displayed this way only made me want it even more. Now, as someone who also collects a lot of nostalgic toys and retro stuff, like this is something I knew I wanted. At this point, I'm almost like I would just want to display this thing like this in the box. But I'm not sure if there's a way to display it, if it comes with like a display or anything like that. But I'm going to tell you what it says here. Now, what I don't know is I don't think this talks. I don't think it does. But again, I could be wrong. We'd have to dive into it. It says Freddy's Dream Phone. It's only a dream. Realistic tongue action. Call 24 boys and listen to them scream. Guaranteed to give you nightmares. And it says, I'm your boyfriend now. Now, if this thing says that, I'm going to freak. I don't think it does, but we will have to see. So on the side here, it says this Freddy Dream Phone was handmade in Los Angeles, California by Ryan Keith Ward. That is pretty damn sick. Custom made. I mean, just this box alone is unreal. It's so legit looking. Like I could have seen this, obviously not this, on the shelf back in the day. It says in the back, movie replica inside, a high quality prop, removable silicone tongue, plus an additional tongue that you can stick on this thing. So it seems like this tongue is stuck on this thing from a magnet and you can kind of replace it with different tongues. That's pretty cool. Realistic paint job, laser engraved number keypad, rubber mouth that looks and feels real. And it says right here, Little Shop of Gore. Now, this thing is already has won me over. Like, the box itself looks beautiful. As you see here, see you in your dreams. It's got Kruger. Never sleep again. Now, they released this thing limited to 50. I think the way it worked was like 25 were available on the website, which sold out quick, and that's where I got it. The other 25 they were taking to some event to sell. Now, what they said was if any of that 25 didn't sell, they would put them back on the website to sell there. Now, man, I haven't been on that back on that website. There might be a couple available now if you'd like this. But again, like I said, it is pricey. But let's see if this thing is worth it, because again, it was something I've always wanted in my collection, and I knew if I was going to get it, I was going to pay high price anyways for it. And they really got me with the limited edition of 50 and the fact that it was kind of like a combination with this Dream Phone idea, which I thought was really, really cool. I love mashups like that. So we've got the phone, and it looks like we've got some extra tongues in there. All right, so let's check this out. Very, very well done as far as the packaging. Okay, cool. Interesting. All right, so now this is not a real phone. I thought maybe it was going to be a real phone. It was definitely customized, you can tell, painted, very sturdy. You got the mouth here, which you can move it. I think there's a magnet in here, which the tongues are going to sink. But yeah, I mean, look at that right there. Nice coloring. Boom. You know, I do kind of wish it was a real phone, because then I could get like a cord and maybe attach it to a base and kind of display it out, hanging onto a base. I don't think there's a way to display this up like this unless I get something to hold it, maybe just like a clear piece that this could sit on. Or again, like I said, I could just keep it in the box. The box is really cool. But as you can see, regardless if it's a real phone or not, it looks really legit on this. Like, you can't press the buttons in or anything like that. But, I mean, it looks really good. So it comes with some tongues in here. Ooh, they're slimy. These are craziness. Look at that. What? Now that's wild. So look at that. I mean, that's realistic as all hell. Like, I mean, it's not stiff. And the thing is, it's stuck in there, look, through a magnet on in here and then in here. That is pretty brilliant. That is sick. Now, the other tongue. Okay, now this one's cool because this one here is posable. Look. Now, I mean, that's pretty sick. I mean, that's nuts. That is nuts. Look at that. Now, this thing is sweet looking. I mean, the tongues are unreal. The way these things look. I don't know if you could even get better than that. Man, this was so well done, man. I mean, I don't know how you would have ever did it on a real phone too, because of the way this is kind of in here. It's like really just molded this way. which looks pretty killer. So, I mean, man, obviously this doesn't talk. It would have been killer if this thing talked. It would have been killer if these buttons pushed in. So those are like the only two things that I would say, oh, I kind of wish the buttons pushed in. I kind of wished it talked like the old Dream Phone did or whatever. But I mean, as far as how this thing looks, I mean, you can see it. This thing looks unreal. And like I said, you can't get anything like this anyways. So I don't even know the ones that are made customized, have people use real phones or not, but this is pretty killer. As you can see, I've always wanted to do some pictures like this, but man, how cool is this, guys? Freddy's Dream Phone is something that I've always wanted in my collection. Now, I'm really just thinking in my head right now as I'm looking at this, like if I could display the box and then maybe get something to kind of sit this on a shelf and have it just kind of hanging out, even with or without the tongue. I mean, again, this thing is posable. It can go up like this, whatever. But this one is cool too. This one is like very flimsy, as you can see. So that's killer too. I mean, this is nice. Look at that. Now I'm going to get you really in depth on what I'm seeing here. I mean, it really, really looks real. It looks legit. So, guys, what do you think about this? Is this something that you've always wanted in your collection? And again, a lot of people watch this be like, why would you want this as collection? It's just a staple in Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's one of those things where I've always just thought it would be a cool prop to have. And the fact, like I said, that you're getting this with it, I mean, I can't be happier than this. Like I said, the only two things I would change or want change is have real keypad, and that maybe this thing would have talked if there was like a little button on it or something. Like you could press one of these keys and it would say, you know, it's only a dream, or hi, I'm Freddy, or something like that. I almost think that that could be almost like a 2.0 version of this, what they did here. I wouldn't want to go back and buy this again unless I was able to sell this one off and get an upgraded version. But that was the only two things I would change. Other than that, I mean, I don't think I'm going to get anything better than this as far as the whole package deal with this. And the fact that this has that realistic flimsy tongue that looks like absolutely insane. And that you got this one in here that poses. I mean, that is nuts. It's so cleverly done with the magnet. Like, I mean, it's not coming out unless I really pop it out. It's amazing, guys. So this is Freddy's Dream Phone from the Little Shop of Gore. Like I said, follow him on Instagram. He'll do some other things really cool like this. And guys, thank you for checking this out. I can't wait to try to figure out how I'm going to display this thing. I'll take some pictures once I figure it out. If you guys have any ideas too, like a little stand, a clear stand that I can kind of stand this on next to this box is kind of what I'm going for. But again, it would have to really just fit around this phone. So I'm going to do a little research on that. But guys, thank you for checking this out. It is definitely something in my collection I've been wanting for so long. Hopefully I'll have it displayed when I get my movie room tour done and show you guys how I have it set up then. So guys, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think of this thing. Do you think this is rad or what? But I'm super happy to have it in my collection. Thank you again to Little Shop of Gore for doing something cool like this. So I'm finally able to add Freddy's phone, or Freddy's Dream Phone, to my collection. And we're on a mission right now to get to 2,000 subs before the end of 2022. So if you are checking this out and you are not sub, please sub down below. Like these videos, share these videos, let people know to check this channel out. You like what you see here. This is Garrett at Born to Be Rad, and like always, stay rad.